Hi guys, welcome. I don't have my glasses on for this video because there's a horrific glare because the lighting in this room is not the greatest, but I still wanted to make a video. I've had a lot of requests for historical videos because that is my passion. I do have a degree in history. I love history and I want people to know about it. So tonight's mini history lesson is going to be about the plague, the original plague, also known as the Black Death. This took place during the 1300s, the early 1300s, and it didn't really stop until about the 1350s, so it was going on for a long time. The Black Death is a plague that is transmitted from infectious flea bites. It not only infected humans, it infected animals and livestock, and it could be transferred from touch. It could be transferred through the air. It was very highly contagious. It affected 1/3 of the world's population. And let me double check my notes because I don't want to give you wrong information. 200 million people died in Eurasia and North Africa. For those of you that don't know, Eurasia is when Europe and Asia were considered one continent. That was a thing. It's still referenced that way in a lot of history stuff. Also, my sources, I want to put those on here really quick, are history.com, Wikipedia, and then a couple things that I just remembered from actually learning about the Black Plague back in the day. The Black Death was said that it would spread more than 1 mile per day. So it was just rapidly wiping people out. It was terrifying. Everybody was dying. Since it infected the livestock, there was actually a wool shortage because so many sheep died and were affected by it. Also, this is where the plague doctors came from that have those super cool masks with the beak nose. And they would put herbs and incense and stuff in the bottom of that cone because they thought it would protect them from breathing in the sickness. The reason that it spread so quickly was through trading ships, because there's a lot of trading going on at that time, and obviously we didn't have cars, we didn't have planes, so everything was transferred by ship, and that's why it spread so quickly. Also, the word quarantine was actually coined during this time, because when the sailors would dock at port, and they would have, you know, dead corpses from people that had died, that were infected by the plague, the remaining sailors would have to stay in quarantine for 40 days before they would be able to go near anywhere else. And that was the first time in the world that that word was used. That's where it came from. It's what we're doing now, so it's relevant. And I didn't know that fact. That was new to me as well. Let me see what else I wanted to let you know. So some of the things they would do for cures for it were bloodletting, which is gross. You can look that up if you want to. I don't want to go into detail about that. And then boil breaking. So they would like pop the nasty boils because that was one of the symptoms, was you would get boils and vomiting and chills, and it was really gross, and then you would just die. So it was just absolutely horrific death. And so many people were affected by it. It was just absolutely disgusting. Also, fun fact, the Black Death is not completely eradicated. Between 1,000 and 3,000 people still get it and die from it every single year now, currently. There was never any kind of a fix for it. There's no cure. There wasn't a vaccine. There wasn't anything. It still happens, you guys. So, yeah, pretty gross. The reason that the numbers went down so much is because obviously hygiene practices are a lot better now than they used to be, and we know how to wash, and we have, you know, sanitary conditions now. We have functioning bathrooms and things like that when in the past they didn't. And then the fleas would bite the rats, and then the rats would be infested, and then you'd get sick and die, and it was just absolutely terrible. So I just wanted to make a video about that because I know a lot of people don't know a super whole lot about the plague. And anytime I used to get sick when I was younger, I'd always say I was dying of the plague because I'm super dramatic and, you know, like to add flair to any situation. But I definitely won't be saying that anymore, not after this situation. that's been going on in the world, but I wanted you guys to know what the plague was, where the word quarantine came from, and the fact that it still exists in some parts of the world, and 1,000 to 3,000 people die from it every year. That is so many people. Why isn't that talked about ever? That's disturbing information. Yeah, let me just look at my notes really quick, make sure I didn't forget to tell you anything. Nope, I got it all. I got it all for this little mini video. I hope you guys learned something from this. I'm so sorry about the lighting in here. It's not good, but I still wanted to post a video to teach you guys something, and I hope you learned about it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a like, give me a comment, share me, let people know. Anybody that wants to know some information about history, shoot them this video, shoot them some other videos, let them know. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Love you guys.